What is your impression about your first time playing in Mexico?
Um, Off the fucking hook. That's, the first thing that comes to mind. It was just amazing going to a stadium and being able to play in front of all these people and having them actually know the music and having it be so many fucking people. It was just amazing. It was like a stadium, like, a 60,000 capacity
60,000.
yeah, stadium. And,
But are you
we
more?
played last, and by the time we went on, there had to have been 30, 40,000 people there, so it was just fucking like Louisville Slugger smacking you in the head saying, boom, there's these people down here.
But Are you more popular, let's say, in Latin America than
Oh,
in
fuck
America?
yeah.
Yeah.
After playing that Mexico show, absolutely. Without a doubt.
Okay, and then the next question, I think we had a couple of them. Will you be in Mexico again
Absolutely.
sometime soon?
We'll be in Mexico, let's see, we do the Soul Flight Tour from July 30th, and that's 8 weeks, well, 7 weeks. So July, August, September, I would say late September, early October. Because we did have a Monterrey show that we had to cancel because we had to do the sound check and at the Mexico City show the day before. So we got to go back to those markets and we have to.
You are obliged to do that anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Actually, I do have a girlfriend. I'm not gonna tell anybody who it is or anything, but
Can you tell us where she lives?
she lives in the United States.
Okay, that's okay.
But she's beautiful and she lives in this hot fucking state where it's always 100 degrees.
And how long has she been your girlfriend now?
For a couple weeks.
Couple of
At least, maybe a month. I've realized that, hey, what's up? JC has entered the building. You got a lighter, JC, so let me borrow that shit. And I'll just say, you know who you are. I love you. That's it.
Let me see. Well, somebody wants to know where you get your jewelry from. Jewelry.
Like the bracelets?
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the times fans make them. I used to buy them at, and I still do go to these African shops and Jamaican shops in the East Village. And they sell a lot of,
New York, you mean?
yeah, in the East Village in Manhattan. And they sell a lot of very, spiritual type beaded jewelry, and they put a lot of belief behind what they create. So I used to like to buy stuff there, and a lot of the fans saw it, and, I've gotten stuff like this white one, and this one, and this one, mostly from girls, but, it's still cool.
What was amazing? Do gifts from friends. They are. Fans. What is your favorite thing to do when you're touring?
As of lately, I've been trying to find quietness. You understand what I'm saying? I realize that we deal with very loud atmospheres and the music is loud and there's always bands playing and there's a lot of people around, a lot of talking. So I've been trying to find just silence.
And how?
It's kind of like when I said, that when they told me that we had to do this interview, I said, well, let's do it, somewhere that's quiet, like on the bus. Where it's quiet. If we were to do it in there, it'd be fucking loud.
Yeah.
So it's better to just keep the volume down. So that's what I've been doing lately, just trying to find quietness where you could just kind of think and create a master plan.
And have you already have some kind of master plan or is it all?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to create a master plan for a little while now, and finally, boom, the light bulbs are starting to glow and
Tell
those
us.
things.
What is your master
Well,
plan?
the next record, going to South America
Okay.
and doing those markets, maybe doing some more guest appearances on other records.
Do you already have one? Maybe to tell?
Well, I did a guest appearance on the Soulfly 3 record, and I did a guest appearance on the Sepultura Nation record, and a guest appearance on both of my friends' bands, E-Town Concrete and 40 Below Summer. So, I try to keep my doors of music always open and,
Okay.
do cool things.
Yeah, are you gonna have a live DVD?
Yeah, actually, we shot one for the Road Rage tour in Tilburg when we played at the O13, which was an amazing show, and it should be released soon, hopefully. It was fucking great. Tilburg, 2,000 screaming kids, fun, good times. And we also shot one with Godsmack. So, in this arena that we played in Pennsylvania, in Wilkes Barre. So I think we might take both of them, add some of our own footage, which JC, look, hand the camera to JC. JC is actually out here to shoot some footage with us. And, he's just like walking around with the camera and kind of like trying to catch some cool stuff.
Okay.
Some live stuff that we can throw on the DVD. That's gonna make everybody feel like it's not just a performance. They get to see, little things of us walking around before we do the show or after the show or whatever.
Just who you are, so.
Not necessarily who we are, but just watch what we do.
Yeah, okay, what you do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is what I think is great about the way he shoots is, it's very like, I got some footage of this, but it's like you didn't know. So you were really just yourself.
Yeah.
You weren't even aware.
Yeah. Okay. What is some girl from Russia? Well, she said that you should remember her. Her name is Nirochka. I don't know, maybe you've met her once. I don't know.
From Russia?
Yeah.
I've never been to Russia.
No, but maybe she.
Maybe she emailed me or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you ever plan on coming to Moscow? Really...
It's like when you asked me about South America and when we did the first interview and I told you, the promoters haven't yet, come to the table with at least an offer where we could say, okay, it'll cost this, so this is the only money we need, as much as it might be, the expenses are the expenses. And with Russia, we wanted to do it this time around on this tour, and there was a date booked, but I don't know what happened. They might have canceled the show, but there was a show in Moscow that was supposed to be done. Some, explanations I wouldn't even know. You'd have to speak to the promoter.
Okay.
Like I said, they would know the answers as to why we haven't been there. We have a booking agent which is worldwide, and he is now booking our South American tour and Australian tour. So I don't see the reasons why we haven't. You would have to ask the promoter. Why haven't you brought El Nino here? One thing the fans need to understand is when a band comes to your town, you bring them there. You know what I'm saying? They bring the bands there because there's a demand for them, and the promoter is willing to bring the band there so that the fans could buy tickets and go see them. So it's really up to the fans. Obviously we have a lot of fans in Russia, and we want to go there. The promoter needs to fucking, get his shit together.
So just email the promoter over there.
Yeah, whoever, if there is somebody that, reads this or whatever and sees that we're trying to get to Russia, if you know a higher up promoter, say, if we have a fan base there, you could easily bring El Nino here just for cost.
Okay, and
we're not trying to make money off of countries that are just trying to see the band the first time,
What bands besides Roadrunner bands would you like to tour with?
The Deftones.
Yeah, why?
Because I respect them musically and lyrically, you know? Because they are not a band of trends, even though they came up in a very trendy, at a very trendy time. They are not a trendy band. They're just here, and the Deftones are the Deftones, and they do what they do. And you know, I look up to that, so I would love to tour with them.
And maybe some other bands produced?
Soulfly, we're doing another tour with Soulfly in the US. That's going to be fucking exciting.
Two is good.
Yeah.
When did you start your vocal training?
When do I start, or when did I start?
Sorry, when did you start it?
I started it 4 days before our first show.
So you never had any practice. Did you sing a lot?
Did I sing a lot? I sang a little in bands here and there, but nothing ever like, you know, rehearsal 5 times a week, you know, demo after demo, and, you know, recording time and blah, blah, blah. No. I was just a guitar player, bass player.
So, but you were then born with a good voice then?
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure it took the vocal coach to be like, hey, man, you know, you do have a good voice. These are the things you do wrong. A vocal coach, all he can do, he can't give you a voice. All he can do is point out the things that you're not doing right, so that you could just do what you do without hurting yourself. You know, doing it correctly.
But do you have a vocal coach now or not?
Yeah, my vocal coach is Don Lawrence in New York City. I haven't seen him since we've been touring. I didn't see him since the first record, but, you know, yeah, before the third record, I would love to go back and take some more lessons, see what he has to say about the way I've developed my voice, and hear his opinion and his thoughts.
But do you do special, let's say, training now?
Warm-ups, yeah.
Yeah, you do all that, yeah.
Because it's kind of like you sit there with a piano and you go up in scales, la 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 la, you know, and that's pretty much what I do. Okay. You know, as far as warming up for screaming, there's nothing you can do. You just have to know how to scream from your gut.
And did you have to learn that, or was it something that you already had?
The screaming is something I already know how to do.
Okay.
The singing is something that I kind of knew how to do, but, you know, there was things that I did wrong here and there.
Say, do you have an example of what thing you did wrong at first and now you do?
I used to over-sing. Try to sing volume instead of sing properly. And that's one of the mistakes that most singers make. Most beginning singers, they think that when you hear a record, you're singing super loud. No, really, you just gotta sing, you know? Relax and sing. Even when you scream, relax and just from your gut.
Okay, because that was the next question. Do you have an advice to a beginner vocal?
That's pretty much the advice right there.
Let me hear. Okay, I think we got it.
Excellent, man.
And when is the? Do you already have plans? Because I spoke to Laz and he said, well, you're just now beginning on thinking about a new record.
Yeah.
Some kind of already songs been written or parts of songs.
Well, I mean, there's some stuff that I've been sitting around writing. You know, music riffs, guitar stuff, piano stuff. But we haven't gone into a studio and, you know, blended all the ideas together yet. But that's something that we'll do soon. We'll probably do it after this tour. You know, after the European tour, we'll get to go home for a month and jam, you know, see what everybody's up to, where everybody's minds are at. I've been writing stuff, you know, like I said, I've been thinking of a master plan. I'm thinking of a master plan.
And is there, let's say, some chance of hearing a piano in this record?
Well, there's piano on every single record that we played. That's why on the first, holy shit, that dog is fucking tearing a hole in that. On the first Road Rage tour that we did off the new record here, we What the fuck were we just talking about?
Piano.
Oh, yeah, we took out Omar,
Okay.
our utility dude, man. He's fucking awesome. He cuts on turntables and he plays piano and keyboards and is very fucking good with knowing, staying musically open and knowing what to do with this band, you know.
Okay, and last question. If you are planning on a new record, do you already have some kind of plan when it's going to be released or something?
We have no idea.
No idea yet.
We know we have to, finish this tour, do a short soul flight tour, and like I said, do South America, Australia, Japan, hopefully Hawaii, and Hawaii, and maybe the last thing that I would think of is maybe like a Russian date or something somewhere in Asia, but that's not really up to us, and then we'll take a break.
So I think not.
And do a start.
So let's say not before summer 2005.
Or by summer 2005, possibly.
Okay, we'll just have to wait and see.
Sure.
Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, man.
Okay. Yeah.